Getting a driver's license in 2025 isn't a test of skill, it's a test of financial endurance. The prices are high enough to trigger a midlife crisis before you've even turned 20, and the requirements? Prehistoric. My local DMV still thinks a manual gearbox is a vital skill. What is this 19th century coal mining? If I wanted to juggle 3 pedals and a metal stick while traveling at 60 miles per hour, I'd join Cirque du Soleil. Fortunately, my instructor is a mobility consultant named Braden. Braden is 19, wears blue light glasses for vibes, and thinks a spark plug is some sort of a sports archetype. He told me, and I quote, "Standard traffic is just an AFK simulator for boomers. We need to test your performance in high-stakes environments where your driving skills actually matter. Since the government budget was spent on bribing FIFA for a peace prize, we're using a state-of-the-art simulator. Trackmania." Braden says, "The physics are mostly vibes-based, which is perfect for the modern road. The criteria for passing? Car go fast, past all the boomers, and don't die." Wait, don't die? What kind of a driving test is this? The first module is lane proficiency. In the old days, you'd use a blinker. In 2025, blinkers are considered a sign of weakness. It's basically giving up your tactical position away to the enemy. To maintain consistency in traffic, you need to be able to switch lanes at 200 miles per hour. A lot of accidents happen because people are too cowardly to commit. If you're merging onto the highway and you aren't hitting the ref limiter, are you even driving? Braden calls this smart tactical maneuvering. Watch as I demonstrate the bug slide. This is crucial for when you realize your GPS told you to turn left 3 lanes ago. Most people would miss their turn and recalculate their route. Weak. A real driver uses the momentum of 1000 brake horsepower to drift perpendicularly across 4 lanes of traffic. It's not reckless driving, it's optimizing travel distance and time. This is the real way to drive economically. Flat tarmac is a privilege, not a right. As city budgets shrink, roads are becoming optional. This is why we moved to the verticality module. If you live in a city where the planners haven't filled a pothole since the Reagan administration, you aren't driving on a road, you're driving on a suggestion of a road. Trackmania simulates this perfectly by replacing the M1 with a series of floating platforms and 50-foot drops. The lesson here is fear management. If you can't clear a 60-meter gap between 2 apartment complexes, you shouldn't be allowed anywhere near a school zone. We're also practicing the barrel roll. It doesn't serve a mechanical purpose, but it confused the AI in speed cameras. And in court of law, style points can technically be used as character defense. Now we get to the defensive driving section, and Braden says this is the most relevant part of the test for anyone planning on having a career in politics or tech. Let's talk about some hypothetical situations. For example, let's say the FBI forgets their Adobe Acrobat Pro subscription. Then they try to redact a PDF regarding our recent tax innovations, but they use a black highlighter tool instead of the redaction tool. Suddenly your search history and your offshore accounts are public knowledge. You need to leave fast. For this we practice dirt road evasions. I have a friend, let's call him Jeffrey, a guy I met once on a very fast plane. He told me that dirt roads aren't for driving, they're for disappearing. And here's another pro tip. If you're doing 140 miles per hour toward a dirt embankment, don't brake. Braking is for people who have nothing to hide. You want to enter a full sideways slide. In Finland we learned to drift before we learned to use a fork. If you're not sideways, you're just a target. We call this the alimony slide, and it's particularly effective if you're escaping to woods that don't appear on Google Maps. The simulator now takes us to a tropical setting, very high-end, very exclusive. I can't say which resort this is, but it rhymes with esteem. If you find yourself on a private island of scrupulous origins, with young men or women you definitely shouldn't be with, you need a double dip exit. This involves driving directly into the ocean to throw off the scent of the Interpol dogs, and then exiting via a ramp into a slalom section. The final part of this module is the aerial extraction. We launch the car off a 400-foot trampoline to be picked up by a mid-air freighter plane. Braden says if you can't hit the cargo bay doors at Mach 1, you aren't alpha enough for a driver's license. This is the most secure way to escape a subpoena. And frankly, It should be on the written exam alongside who has the right of way at a roundabout. Finally, the most important module, the winter module. In Finland, ice isn't a hazard. It's more of a common feature of the road. But don't be scared. The ice is as scared of you as you are of it. Winter driving has many genius features in here. Helsinki city center has solved the winter parking issue by making parking fees more expensive than the actual fine for a violation. It's a genius economic move. It's cheaper to just outrun the cops on icy roads with our genius training regime. But let's say a realistic situation. What if you launch off a bobsleigh ramp and land into the ocean? Don't panic. Everything is fine. Thanks to the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, the ocean is basically 40% plastic now. It's just a slippery road with more sharks. If you've ever tried to grip a wet soda bottle, you know the physics. My research shows that if you're stranded on a plastic island for 5 years, civilization will have collapsed anyway. So this escape maneuver is really only for people not responsible for critical infrastructure. So if you're an AI girlfriend builder or a romance novelist, you're probably safe. And you'll get a presidential pardon via a DM on X anyway. So did I pass my driving license? Well, Brayden stopped watching halfway through because a Subway Surfers clip started playing on his other monitor, and his attention span evaporated. He just handed me a license printed on a thermal receipt and told me, "That was lit fam, stay cracked." I feel ready. Whether it's dodging the FBI, jumping between apartment blocks, or escaping a redacted island via a freighter plane, I have the tools. Modern driving isn't about safety, it's about not getting caught. Did you know that physics dictate that if you press the like button, your car becomes 5% more aerodynamic on dirt roads? It's science. Also subscribe to join our elite squad of romance novelists and AI girlfriend tech bros currently hiding on plastic islands. We have snacks, and the FBI can't find us because they still don't have a budget for their Adobe subscription.